Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. Thank you for watching KB Boat and Yacht Repair. Today I'm going to show you how to repair this fiberglass damage on a jet ski. So stay tuned, let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back. Today guys, we're working on this jet ski. As you can see, it's a fiberglass damage. It's badly damaged, so we're here to assess the job, see what we're going to need, see what it's going to cost to get this process started. As you can see, the fiberglass is badly damaged. So guys, let's get started. So before I do any form of grinding or sanding, I make sure I get my suit on, my face mask on, and my gloves on. I make sure I protect myself very well from the fiberglass so I don't inhale the fiberglass dust because that's bad for you. And I make sure I cover up the boat first so the fiberglass dust won't go onto the boat. So guys, I am using a hanger grinder today with a 36 grinding disc to grind this repair here. So while I'm grinding the repair, I am still assessing the job to see how much was damaged and how deep is the damage and how much I need to take off so I could start my fiberglass repair. So when I'm grinding my fiberglass, I make sure that I'm looking for that depth that I need, because I'm going to put at least 5 to 6 layers of fiberglass mat onto this repair here so I could build up that fiberglass what has been lost. I should say damage. As you can see, it's all stranded up there, coming apart. That means that it's pretty bad damage here. I might sped this video up because it's a pretty long video. It was a lot of grinding to make sure that repair was well done properly and to make sure I remove all the crushed areas that I need to bond my fiberglass to. Remember, when you're grinding fiberglass, you're going to need that depth. That depth is very important to the amount of glass you can put onto your repair. So don't forget to check your depth. You can use a paint stick to see how deep it is and to see how much more you have to go. While I was grinding, I was checking to see the depth that I need for my fiberglass and how much layers of glass should I cut to put on my repair. Don't forget to clean up the fiberglass dust because fiberglass doesn't stick to the dust properly and it will end up peeling. So after I'm done, I clean up the fiberglass dust, got myself some tape. I'm going to tape up my repair and cut myself out a template. I went ahead and taped my plastic to my repair so I could cut out a template for my repair. It's pretty windy out here, guys, so you have to work with the wind. As I said, fiberglass doesn't stick to dust properly, so remember to clean your area pretty well so you avoid that issue from being peeling. So after I'm done cutting out my template, I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape from my repair, do a little bit of cleanup more just to get rid of that dust. I still have my respirator on because the fiberglass does still linger and it's not good for you. Just go over to our workstation. Our workstation here, we're using 1708 fiberglass mat. So I'm going to use the plastic template that I use on my repair to cut out my template for my glass to add to my repair. As I said, guys, this 1708 fiberglass mat is pretty good. It's a pretty good mat here. It's strong. I have no issue with it since I've been using it for a while. I'm going to cut 4 layers of fiberglass mat. I'm going to come back over to my repair and check to see if it fits properly, and if it doesn't fit properly, I will go ahead and adjust the fiberglass mat so it could fit properly. And I'm going to go ahead and put my fiberglass mat into layers. I'm going to show you what I mean by layers. This is what I mean by layers here. I'm going to go ahead and start from smaller to smallest to medium to large, and this is what you call layers. This will help start from the center part of it to the middle part to the outer end, and this is layers here. I'm going to start from it's supposed to end, when you end, it's supposed to end with big, medium, and small. Today I'm using Vinyl Leicester resin, and I'm using Taft high density. It's like high density, I should say. Get myself a pot, a spreader, and don't forget your MEK, because MEK is very important for your repair. I'm going to pour myself 4 ounces of resin inside the cup. I haven't used it for a while, so it's kind of hard to open. I'm going to add my filler to my resin and stir it up so I can have that thickness that I need. I will show you what that thickness that I'm looking for. As you can see, it's pretty powdery, so you need to have it like that dough like. You got to keep stirring it up until you have it like a dough. If you guys continue watching, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. As you can see, I got that consistency that I'm looking for, that thickness like a dough. I'm going to go ahead and add my MEK to my filler. So I'm going to mix that MEK in properly so everything got mixed in properly, so you won't have some dry and some not dry, and that would be bad. You have to mix it in properly. And once I get it to that nice thickness that I'm looking for, I'm going to go back over to my repair and add it to my repair void. So I'm going to add that filler inside that void to fill up that void inside of it, so you won't have any air pocket inside my repair when I'm done, so it would be solid. Remember, when you're putting on your filler, to always catch back that body line that was there before, because when you're done your repair, you must have that body line back that you ground away. This is a slow and steady progress. This is not quick process. It's a slow and steady process. In every progress that you're doing, project that you're doing, remember guys, take your time, because to get a good result, you have to take your time to get that result that you need. Once I'm done filling the void, this is what it looks like, and it looks beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and apply my glass to this. So I'm going to come back over and show you guys how to apply your glass and how to wet it out properly without having any form of issue at all. So I'm over here. I'm going to go ahead and wet out my fiberglass mat. I'm going to wet them out from small to medium to large and to extra large. As I say, I'm using today is Vinyl Leicester resin. This is a very good resin. It's just like West System resin. It's as strong as West System resin. I do not use boat resin because boat resin is pretty good, but I don't use boat resin. I'm going to go ahead and add 5 ounces of resin, and then I'm going to add my MEK to my resin, and then I'm going to mix it in properly so it could have that nice mix to it. Because it's hard to say without telling you guys that you have to have that thing mixed properly, because if you don't have that thing mixed properly, your fiberglass will not dry and you will have issue with it. I'm going to go ahead and wet out my fiberglass pieces. Each piece is by itself to make sure it properly wets out. Now once you wet the first part of it, you flip it over and do the same thing and make sure you wet them out properly. If you got to pour more resin in your container and then add more MEK to it to make sure you wet them out properly, go ahead and do that. It's very important to make sure you get each and every corner of that fiberglass that you're wetting out. As I say guys, this is a step-by-step progress. If you guys like what I'm doing and tell me what I could have done differently, please let me know. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As you can see, I ran out of my resin. I'm going to go ahead and add some more resin to it and then add my MEK to it. As I say, I haven't used this in a while, so it takes some time to open it up. And it's pretty tight. Yep, it was pretty tight, guys. That thing was tough to open, but I got it open. I checked the glass to see if it was starting to overheat or it was starting to dry, because I'm outside working, and working with vinyl Leicester resin, those stuff like to dry pretty quick. But it wasn't drying, so I'll go ahead and proceed what I was doing. Add my MEK to my resin. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up again and apply it to my glass. I'm checking it to see if it started to get warm, and it's not, so I proceed to wet out my glass. Now, once I get all my pieces all wet out, it's time to go back over to that repair and make sure I apply my glass to my repair. So let's go back over to our repair and see what we have to do. We've got to get it done. It's pretty a hot day, guys, so I always stay hydrated. Oh yeah, I was pretty thirsty, but I got to get it done. So I set up back my camera on So once I got that done, I wet out the repair over the filler to make sure I get that good bond that I need. And once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and start to lay up my fiberglass. So as I said, I'm going to start from the smallest, then move to small, then medium, and then large. I'm going to take my time and work it in properly so it fits, and I won't have any air bubbles at all. Don't rush, just take your time and you will get it done. If you guys have to spin it up to see what it will look like after I'm done, go ahead and do that. As I'm taking my time to work it out to get out all the air bubbles, because you do not want no air bubbles. Air bubbles are bad for your repairs, and you definitely have to re-grind it back out and re-glass it. So take your time and apply your glass to it. As you can see, I put them, as I said before, I put them in layers. The layers help it to build it up. If I went ahead and cut them into all the same sizes, it will not work. It will work, but it will not help build up that depth that you ground down to. After I'm done, I'm going to use my brush to work out it and tap the end so I won't have anything sticking out. And I make sure I rub it in pretty well to get out all the air pockets. And the good thing about it was kind of cool outside, and so it didn't dry as quick as it can. It's all about how much MEK add to your repair too. And that's how it looks like. It's all ready to go for the next step. You guys asking what the next step? I went ahead and applied some filler over the fiberglass when it's set up a little bit, and this is exactly what it looked like.